alle Brüchen abbauen, was hat sich selber, das ist nicht hier like ein ganz Jahr Brüchen abbauen. Ich habe Entschuldigung von der Paruschen Yutushi, excuse for the mosquitoes. We're going to hang up, we have the bug zappers. You have to find, they'll be hanging so you shouldn't be annoyed by the bugs. Yeshua ben Nun became, after long, finally became the successor to Moshe Rabbeinu. The Malamokim Moshe Rabbeinu was Yeshua. And the Chazal say the comparison, Pnei Moshe, Pnei Chama, Moshe, his face shone like the sun, Pnei Yeshua, Pnei Levana. And Yeshua's face shone like Levana, like the moon. That was the comparison. The Lichtigkeit, the brightness of Moshe Rabbeinu, that was incomparable. Masad Mahoid Chol, the shine that he gave over to his Hoid, that he gave over to Yeshua, it only collects until he should lay Levana. There was a Besmedrash, and the Chidah says that why was Yeshua Zechet to his greatness to be the Malamokim of Moshe Rabbeinu, because of his anivis, that before Moshe Rabbeinu would say the Shir for the Klal Yisrael, for his kingdom for everybody, so he used to straighten out the benches that the Talmidim and Talmidei Chachamim could sit comfortably. It should be with a seder in order. They could hear the Shir, hear it very well. Usually for that you call the Goite, a Shikse, a Schwarzer, a Gachais, a Goy. No, that's Chus, that Olam should be able to sit and listen to the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu, with a seder in order. That Yeshua, that menial task, Yeshua ben Nun took for himself. Because of that, he was there to the godless to be the Malamokim, the successor of Moshe Rabbeinu. There was a Besmedrash that had many Sforim, was well attended, and the Sforim were all the benches and tables were starting to get filled up with the Sforim. And then finally, through Yom Naraim and after Simchas Torah, all the tables and everything, all the Sforim were in disarray. They were all over the Besmedrash. So the Gabbai told my Yimerman, he said, you know, would you be interested in making $100 if you would undertake to straighten out all this from into the Besmedrash? I'll give you $100. He said, yeah, a deal. You're going to give him $100. So the Nehemiah, for one day, in the Besmedrash, this young man gets up and makes a historic, very fiery drosha. What a big mitzvah it is to be metabo with things that nobody else does. And he brought them these, what the Chazal was, the Chazal was say about Yeshua ben Nun, because he straightened up benches, he was such godless. Look what you can be zoichet to by just taking the time to sit and straighten out all this farm. He was ma'or the oilum Chazal fired the hartzike drosha. He touched everybody's neshama, and he went to work. And it didn't take long, and the whole Besmedrash was in the Seder, and the Seder and the Sforim were put in place. When he came to get his $100, the guy said, you didn't do it. You just made a speech, and others did it. You don't get the money. He said, maybe we should divide it between all those that work, but not you. So he went to ask Yishayde, what is the government mechuyev to pay or not. There's a very interesting Yerushalmi. Yerushalmi brings that in the time of Shimnei Shotach. There were 300 Nazirim, Nazarites. Let's say a Nazir. He made a vow that he won't shave, he won't drink wine, blah, blah, blah. And they came, they wanted to end it. So they each had to bring 3 korbanos, 3 sacrifices. So there was 300 Nazirim and 3 korbanos is 900. But there was, the economy was such, and the people were probably just starving from hunger. They didn't have what to put to get money for 900 korbanos. So Shimon ben Shotach, with his chokhmah, the big goyim that he was, he found a Pesach, an opening for 150 of the 300 that they don't have to bring a korban. A Pesach means he found a way that had they known that this and this would have occurred, and so on, they would never became undertaken to be a Nazir. So they were shoyal on the Naziris. Naziris was wiped off, and they didn't have to bring a korban. The 3 korbanos. So then there was left the other 150, which needed 450 korbanos. So he went to Yana HaMelech, Shimon ben Shotach, and he told him, he said, we'll make a deal. He said, there's 300 Nazirim, he said, that have to bring korbanos. So that's 900. 3 times 3 is 900. He said, I'll pay for 450, we'll go partnership, and you pay for 450. He didn't tell him that you showed the things. They found a way to only a korban. So he made a deal. He gave him for 450 korbanos, and these Nazirim were able to bring the korbanos. Somebody then went ahead and reported to Yana HaMelech that Shimon ben Shotach has a Mogenart. He didn't pay for 450. He just, with his Torah and his chokhmah, his wisdom, they found a way that they don't need. So Shimon ben Shotach was afraid for his life. So he took it at Antloften, he ran away in hiding. Some Persian officers came to visit Yana HaMelech. When they sat down and visiting him, they said, you know, the last time we were here, there's an elderly gentleman who had pearls of wisdom, such chokhmah. Where is he? We'd love to hear some more of his wisdom. So he said, oh, okay, I'll accommodate you. So he sent a message, let out a basketball, let it be known. He told him, he said, Shimon ben Shotach, I guarantee you I won't touch you. I won't do anything to you because of what you did to me. He said, just please come. We have some Persian officers here. They want to sit and listen to you. He took his guarantee that he won't harm him, and he arrived on the scene. We sat there, so he asked me, he said, why did you fool me? Why did you do something like that? You told me you're paying for 450, I should pay for 450. You didn't pay for 450. You, with your wisdom, with your Torah knowledge, you were able to make it possible that they don't need a korban. So he said, what do you mean I didn't pay? It says in Kohelet, it says in the writings, sale, kesef is still a chokhmah, that money is in the shadow of wisdom. The wisdom is more than money. So I paid with my wisdom. So he said, really? So if that's the case, if that you paid with your wisdom, and you feel that you did the right thing, why did you run away? Why didn't you try to explain that to me? He says, well, it says with Ad Yam Zam. when somebody is very angry at you, you should disappear until the anger passes. So that's why I ran away. So whoever came to ask the Shaila, he said the same thing here, we reply here. He, with his chokhmah, with his drasha, with his wisdom, he inspired them to do the work for him. So it's just as if it's just like as if he had given his own time, because he saves it, doing it himself. It's the same thing. Hanani ben Akash Oimer, Lotzo HaKadosh Baruch Hu,